Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alexandros Chatgilialoglu. I'm the CEO and co-founder of ReMembrane. The idea of the company came from my PhD studies and is about cell cultures. That is the technology by which cells are grown under controlled conditions in biological laboratories. Nowadays, it's a worldwide technology that worth 3 billion euros. However, it still has significant problems such as inconsistency and variability. Let's think to be one of these cells. What are we going to eat inside the cell culture? For sure, water, proteins, minerals, and vitamins. We are not going to eat omega-3 fatty acids and other fatty acids in general, because nowadays nobody put omega-3 fatty acids and other fatty acids inside the cell culture medium. Therefore, the cell doesn't grow in the correct way. And in fact, omega-3 fatty acids are the main building blocks of cell membranes. Cell membranes are the external part of the cell, the one that put into communications from the environment with the internal part of the cell. Besides its many functions, it guarantees molecule exchange. I guess everybody have heard about how it is important to eat fish, how it is important to integrate our own diet with omega-3 fatty acids. So our concept is why human yes and cell culture no. For us, cell culture technology from the membrane point of view is still an inadequate model. And one of the partial problem that arises from that is the tremendous cost of drug development nowadays, that is for a drug of about 500 million euros. And this is because when a drug candidate is tested on humans at the end of in phase 2 clinical trials, 90% of them fails because there are unexpected drug toxicities or inefficacies that were not analyzed at the beginning of the drug development phase. So there is still a big need for an upgrading of preclinical experimental models. And for preclinical experimental models, I intend cell culture technology and animal testing. What we do is that we upgrade the cell culture technology. In simple words, we give omega-3 and other fatty acids to cells to eat in order to standardize membranes. For standardizing membranes, I mean standardizing membrane properties and having more reliable experimental data. And on the other side, we also change the content of the membrane in order for the content to be more similar to the content that we have in our cells in vivo, in our bodies. To do so, we will offer an integrated solution based on our products and services. Our products will be called ReFeed. They are media additives, let's say lipid mixes of molecules based on lipids and vitamins that have to be poured in the cell culture media in order to standardize membranes. Each ReFeed is specific to the original cell type. On the other side, we have a report that are membrane analysis of our customer cell samples with an output based on statistics and lipidomics discussions of biological and preclinical data obtained. We'll be entering to the market probably in the next spring, targeting academia in order to get credibility, to augment our database of analysis, to have our first revenues, and then possibly switching to B2B, targeting pharmaceutical companies for drug development and biopharmaceutical companies for bioproduction in order to scale up our company and go for our exit. The team is composed by 3 people with different integrated capabilities ranging from biotechnology to bioinformatics, from entrepreneurship to statistics and finance. We were also able to create a world-level scientific advisory board. They have made more than 1,300 scientific papers. They work for 3 Nobel Prizes. They've done 1 IPO and 1 exit from their companies. So I guess I have a little bit of time to introduce my first set of questions to Michael that are possibly based on our future operative marketing campaign, because we are entering to the market on April. So stated that nobody knows us, that we have limited resources, that we want to sell, and we are not expert on marketing. Should we plan our operative marketing campaign by ourselves? Should we ask the help of a biomarketing company? And if the second case is better, should we pick the closest one or the best one that is probably in the US, probably in San Francisco or San Diego? It is important to meet personally for planning that. And the third question is, should we ask them to plan it, or just plan it, or also execute it? Thank you very much for your attention.
Well done. Well done.
Michael, off the cuff.
Off the cuff, here, when I get my difficulty with this, Alex's business, it's a very interesting business, but once you get into biopharma, I'm kind of, you're out there. I'm Irish, so, you know, my science knowledge finished at about 12 or 13. But where, at the moment, where is the business, what I didn't get a sense of there, where's the business in terms of development? Are you currently producing these membranes, or is it still on, is this still a conceptual, it's a plan that isn't actually yet in process?
Okay, we just started to work in the lab, but I guess in 2 months we will have our services ready, and possibly in 5-6 months our first 2 products. Each product will be specific for each cell line. So in databases there are more than 500 cell lines, and also there are new trends coming in that are the stem cell technology, the tissue engineering, the production of vaccines through bioproduction through cells. So lots of possible new outcomes for our product. So I guess next month will be very important for us, because we will finalize our offer, actually.
And is it inevitable in this business? I mean, my sense here of the business, you develop the business, you get it up to a certain, but it seems to be you scale up by ultimately the aim is to sell out or to exit to one of the bigger biopharmas.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that being the case, then, so the launch is obviously critical in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
Well, you know, from my perspective, what I would always try to launch it yourselves. Don't get some very expensive biomarketing company near from the west coast of the US to do it. I think one of the great things for small business and for innovators is the internet gives you an extraordinary opportunity now to bypass. 20 years ago, prior to the internet, you would never have been able to mass market or to launch this business or this product without going to, you know, the biomarketing companies. I would, and you know, again, not knowing the business terribly well, I would be focusing on clearly the internet, how you make yourself different from all of the other biopharma or the other biopharma startup companies. I would strongly suggest, by the way, when you and remember what you're trying to do is to always make an impact on the internet. When I saw the photograph of the 3 founders, I was very struck by the fact, you know, 3 nice guys, but you were sort of, well, I think there was 1 girl and 2 guys, but there was nothing different about you. You didn't make an impact on me there, and I think the internet allows you to do that. I mean, I would actually try to be a bit more radical. Have somebody dressed up in a doctor's uniform, somebody else lying on the stretcher, you know, make it, because that one picture is your opportunity to get your company in there and make an impression straight away. The technology, I'm sure, will be excellent. You clearly have very, you know, extraordinary skills and a terrific CV. How you break, though, into the marketing of it is to make yourself different. I mean, I go around wearing jeans, which, you know, 15 years ago seemed like a radical departure. I don't wear suits and ties. But it's extraordinary the extent to which people will remember. It was the guy in the jeans, or in the yeah. Now everybody does it. You know, the IT companies in the States do a lot of it. The calendar for us is fantastic. 90% of the people who leave this room today will forget within 30 seconds, sadly, what I look like. But they'll remember the calendar. Ryanair calendar, girls were in, excuse me, and I'm not going to be sexist here, but or they'll remember the mannequin piss ad. And so you're looking for some innovative thing. That would never have come from an advertising agency. When we were trying to break into Brussels, they'd have had all these pictures of scenery in Belgium and pictures of scenery in Wallonia. We stuck up the mannequin piss, got sued by somebody, and all of a sudden we generated about €5 million in free PR. So I would strongly urge you, if you're going to make it the biggest impact you can at the launch, do something different with yourselves, do something wacky. The technology clearly has to be excellent, but then make an impact.
Okay.
But congratulations, I think it's a very interesting field. It's clearly where the future lies. I mean, I think, you know, the people who are going to make, and I don't know, you know, clearly we're all in this to make money. The people who are going to make a fortune are going to be the biofarmers of the future, the biopharma companies of the future, who invent a way of people losing weight without actually exercising and getting up off the couch. And that must be where I think the next great development in human or in science will come from.
Okay.
Well done. It's very impressive.
Thank you.
Very good, Alexandros. I mean, maybe as a... Certainly. Well done. There'll be an opportunity after the presentations to maybe go into a bit more detail. We move on to give the floor to Maria Cernea from Romania. She has actually already quite an international career. She studied at Coventry University. She is currently at the university here in Brussels, and she's passionate about art. And her great ambition is to make art available worldwide and to enhance the role and meaning of art worldwide. So, Maria, you have the floor.
Well done, Maria.